And we're starting again. I have never talked to anyone about this book, but I kind of always thought that it's like my personal impression of this indifference of the boy. Which is, it's very mysterious. It's very mysterious to Lee, to the character. Because you're kind of reading the book through his perspective mostly. You as a reader, you also don't understand why it's that. And it's kind of painful. That level of indifference is very painful. And for me, that book was, among other things, because it's about other things as well, like about this is the feeling of the book. Of like, not even touching cold glass. And the glass is just completely non-responsive. It was a bit of a surprise for me to actually like see it in the movie. Maybe I'm imagining it. Maybe not. Like the cast and I think it was the director. Anyway, some people, the film people, they talked about it as like a love story. And in the end, they kind of hint at like the boy being like scared of something, of exploring this connection that they actually have. So there is this idea that layers of personality, like deep down, he actually also longs for connection. That's why it's a love story. But because of things, because of whatever, he is this like indifferent. I don't think the book makes this point. I think the book makes the opposite point of like how you have a relationship and how you fall in love painfully, which is no help to you, because you're kind of like in pain for different reasons, and this is not, it's not what you need, but still. So how you fall in love with someone who is indifferent, how you go through emotions alone and come to nothing. A very depressive book. The movie is a bit more like optimistic, I don't know. I quoted a very beautiful sentence from the book. The court of fact had rejected his petition. It's about, there is a section where Lee is thinking like, I thought it was going somewhere, but apparently it's not going anywhere. And it's like, it's nothing. Why is that? Well, it's because he's not queer, and he's not like sinister enough to use me, to use this attachment that I have to him for financial gain or anything. And he doesn't want connection. He wants to just like walk around, lounge, and he's like resentful of the fact that I'm trying to claim something with my attachment, and that's why there is nothing. And this is a sentence from that section that like the court of fact had rejected his petition. It's very beautiful phrase. High fucking literature. The court of fact. The film doesn't give this explanation, it's in the book. Yeah, I'm like, after I finish this, I'm gonna go fucking watch it again and read it again, because I hope one day I will be able to read this book without getting a massive fucking headache. I don't understand why it's so difficult to read. Like Naked Lunch, yeah, okay, fucking difficult, but this one, I don't know. So what do I fucking need from this book and from this film? How come I'm not a junkie in 1940s who like has had trouble with law and comes from like a wealthy family that just gives them money to have trouble with the law and do drugs. I haven't shot my wife. I don't have a wife. I'm not insane about aliens and mind control and government and whatever Burroughs was insane about. I have nothing in common with this person. I'm like 16 years old. I'm in a town nobody has ever heard of, and I'm just like, I'm going to school. I'm not an old, or feeling old queer, but feeling it's a bit of a problem drug addict. I'm not that. Why do I feel instant connection with it? The first quotes that I read about a line of boys when it's their turn, they say best of luck and run for the streetcar. I really love it that it's like a streetcar. Why do I connect with it so much? Like instantly. Why do I... There was a scene in the film that's pretty much absent in the book. But it's good that's in the film. It's a sex scene, it's very beautiful. So Lee is kinda... He saw that boy he is infatuated with. The boy walked away, said best of luck. Nothing happened. He went there, nothing, no connection. So he kind of goes to lower place. Where it's more about money, the transactional relationship. And he kind of locks eyes with a guy. And then there is this thing which I also fucking relate to so much, even though like I'm not a gay man trying to hook up with someone at a time where it could be like prosecuted or like very socially like frowned upon, judged, where you might have a lot of like internal conflict with it. I'm not that. But I fucking connect with how it plays out so much. And the way it plays out is like, again, maybe it's not there, but I think it's there. And people would agree, people who are that demographic, they would agree. You don't know. The book fucking says it explicitly. You don't fucking know. It could be anything and it also could be like maybe dangerous, but I think it's more hurtful than dangerous. So it could be like, I don't know, humiliating or just like painful. Rejection, but not just, sorry, no, like, not my cup of tea. Not this like pleasant rejection, some kind of unpleasant rejection. This kind of element of risk. You don't know. And you never know. You never start knowing. So Lee has to approach this guy sitting at a table. They have locked eyes. And he doesn't know. Is it like not queer? Is it queer for money? Is it genuinely queer? And if so, like, what kind of queer is it? Is it like for a quick fuck, or is it that connection? Like, and what are you and what am I? There are no answers. So he has to act in this like completely uncertain state, and it takes like, there is courage in there. And then of course there is like, I love those scenes, like a hand on the thigh under the table thing. So then they go to the hotel. Like the guy, the owner, or like the worker at the hotel, who like brings them into the room and like leaves the keys and like has this blank expression on his face. It's also very beautiful. Like the character is always reminded of this place where he is at, it being like outside of what people readily talk about, of what people accept, or like accept is like normal. Oh yeah, like yeah, like and identify. Oh, this is this and that. Okay, cool. Or the opposite. It's not in the realm of like, I'm gonna punch you, I'm gonna shoot you, I'm gonna fucking shoot you for it. It's like, it's this space of like not being acknowledged, and like again detached in that way. So this whole section is very detached again. No name. Something is happening, but there is no name for it. Then they undress, and it's again very clinical. Kind of like, we don't know what to do, but we know what we're here for. So let's go through the steps that we both know are necessary. Which is kind of like, for the character Felice, like a tad painful there. But then the culmination of this scene is very emotional. I'm very vulnerable. I don't know, it's a lot of pain there. Which I would say the character kind of thinks or hopes that they're both going through, but no. Then they're just lying, like two butts naked on the bed, very nice. And it's like, oh, I'm gonna go. There was a moment of like raw something, raw vulnerability, raw openness, raw acceptance, raw connection. But no, there wasn't. It's like, it was just like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. And this is very kind of painful. The character Lee is sitting there with his wallet, like looking at the bills and like, do I give money for this? And if I do, how much? And do I not give money? Like, what was it? What fucking was it?